Hey everybody, Andrew here with Nashville Severe Weather, and sorry we're coming on just a little bit late here, but had a severe thunderstorm warning come out here for Davidson County, and this covers areas up in basically northern Davidson County up in Goodlettsville, and this is for, let's click on the warning and figure out what it's for, 60 mile per hour wind gusts and maybe some small hail in there, but 60 mile per hour winds are the main threat with this storm here, and if we look at the velocities here, there was an area of some strong winds that came through Robertson County and crossed over into Davidson County. You can see those blues that showed up there on the screen right there. And then they've kind of disappeared. They didn't last very long, but you can see that blue kind of light up right there, and then it disappears. So it looks like we had some strong gusty winds up there in Robertson County, and then as that warning was issued, it moved into Davidson County. As often happens, it looked like maybe it kind of calmed down a little bit. So we'll have to see. The Weather Service did trim Robertson County out of the warning now, and it's now just Davidson County here, and this is mostly for the northern areas of Davidson County, but it does include areas as far down as like Madison and Amqui and Rivergate and Old Hickory and Lakewood. So somebody asked us on Twitter a little bit ago if they should get off Old Hickory Lake. Yes, we responded yes then, but definitely now. Old Hickory Lake is in the path of this, and so that is they are in the path. Hang on just a second. All right. So severe thunderstorm warning for Davidson County. This is in effect for another 15 minutes, unless they cancel it early, and we'll have to see if they do. And right now, it appears that the strongest velocities that were showing up earlier have dissipated, and right now we're looking at about 30, 40 mile per hour winds being indicated on radar. And, you know, the radar has a pretty good view of this storm because the radar is right here. You see it going around, that live beam coming around there on the radar. So that's where the radar is. The storm's heading right for it. So it has an excellent view of it. And just earlier, we saw some 60 mile per hour winds being indicated on radar, but it looks like those have weakened. And it looks like that the wind is not maybe as strong as it was. Again, we're looking on the latest radar scan here, 30 to 40 mile per hour winds coming through Goodlettsville, at least indicated on radar. That's what we're looking at. And so hopefully those winds have weakened as they've come through Goodlettsville and into Davidson County. So let's pull it over here. We're going to look at a different radar here, different software, and let's just kind of see what the velocities have done in the past several minutes. Let's back up in time here. And you see up here in Robertson County, this area of blue develop. Now, this was some pretty gnarly winds up at about 66 miles per hour at around 900 to 1,000 feet. And that crossed over into Davidson County, and just about the time it crossed over into Davidson County, you see it start weakening a little bit, and then as it crossed Walker's Creek and Licton Pike, we see the winds even get a little bit weaker. Those blues disappear. So the hope is that, first of all, that those strong winds never reach the surface, but secondly, we hope that those winds have subsided and that they are no longer an issue up there. We'll see. The Weather Service noted there a little bit ago that the Greenbrier storm up there in Robertson County showed signs of a strong downburst. And so that's where the warning came from, was from that downburst up there in Robertson County right there. That's a good downburst signature. So these are winds that are maybe going that way a little bit, winds that are going this way a little bit. And the way that's orientated with the radar, it's not rotation, that's a downburst. So you have to know kind of what you're looking for is between downburst and rotation, and that right there would be classic downburst, straight line winds, not rotation. And then as it kind of spread out and got over into Goodlettsville, we're looking at hopefully some weaker winds. So we'll see what they do with the warning. We'll see if they let it ride or if they continue it all the way for another 15 minutes. But it looks like, let's go to our got about another 12 minutes on the warning. Let's go over to more of a classic radar view here. So Beekman Park, Madison, Inglewood, everybody getting a lot of rain with this, and it's a decent storm. We've been watching these storms, of course, all the way from Kentucky. So they've come down all the way from Kentucky, and now we've got a few other scattered cells even outside of this complex, back over in Dixon County, and then over there in western Williamson County as well, approaching, let's say it's going to be right there around Leapers Fork and the Pinewood Road exit of 840, Beechwood Plantation, Boston. So that's right there around Leapers Fork is where that storm is down there. The main storm complex is up here behind this outflow boundary, this blue line here, this light blue line, and that's the outflow boundary, and the storms have been riding right behind that. And this one just got a little bit out of hand up there in southern Robertson County around Greenbrier, and that's what set this warning in motion. And they issued that warning there for northern Davidson County. But luckily, that seems to have subsided. Let's go back to our other radar. Yeah, we're not seeing wind nearly as strong as we did earlier. So let's back it up again, show you where this warning came from. Right there, you start seeing a downburst start to develop right there. And then we go through time. There it is. Wouldn't surprise me if there's some tree damage up there. There it is. And right about the time it got into Davidson County, it started falling apart. So at least radar indicates that. Hopefully it did. Hopefully it actually did. Sometimes you get these phantom downburst winds that radar just doesn't see very well, and hopefully radar's accurate with this one, and it actually did fall apart, and it's not a big deal. So let's hope that. All right. Let's see. I'm catching up in the chat over here. Apparently some talk about Taco Bell going on. I'm all about that. Bring me a Crunchwrap Supreme. Love me some Taco Bell. All right. A lot of rain with this. A lot of, let's see, big wind gusts coming through Maplewood. Trees are blowing pretty good. Yep, doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I would expect some wind gusts with this. I don't know that they'll be severe. I don't know that there'll be severe wind gusts. Hopefully not. Hopefully that stayed confined to a small area back up here to the northwest. Yeah, it looks like they're going for a special weather statement here, so they'll issue a special weather statement for this storm, and instead of a warning. So it looks like they're going to let the warning drop. There it is. There's your new white polygon. That's a special weather statement. And that covers that storm there that had the severe thunderstorm warning on it and still does. But as soon as that expires, we'll be left with a special weather statement for the rest of Davidson County. And hopefully it won't be severe. Y'all are saying it's pretty windy out there where you are, and again, doesn't surprise me. It looks like winds. If I had to guess here, and what radar's showing, 30 to 40 miles per hour. That's still pretty windy. When you're getting a driving rainstorm and you got 40 mile per hour winds, that's pretty tough. That's pretty hard. But, you know, it's probably not going to bring down a lot of trees and stuff like that. It typically takes between, 50, 60 mile per hour winds to start bringing those down, typically, a healthy tree at least. So probably not a lot of damage coming in with this, but definitely windy. 40 mile per hour winds are a really good bet. 40 mile per hour winds are a really good bet for sure. Let's back this up a little bit. Still got that little storm down there in Franklin, or southwest of Franklin, around Leapers Fork. Somebody asks, Andrew asks, in Madison, any danger of tornadoes? No, this is not really a tornado situation. It's like I tell people in the replies, and I don't mean to be mean when I say this, but somebody asked, if we're going to have tornadoes. I say, man, if we were going to have tornadoes, we would be absolutely all over it. You'd be getting tired of hearing about it if we were expecting tornadoes. So, so if we're not mentioning tornadoes, it's a pretty safe bet we're not too concerned about them. You all saw Twisters. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was a good movie. We can talk about that if you want, because this warning's going to be gone here pretty soon. Let's see. This warning expires in 6 minutes. This looks really complicated. Let me get rid of these white advisories here. There we go. All right, let's zoom in again on this, show you where this polygon's in effect for. So Madison and Lakewood, right around the strongest part of it right now. Let's go over to velocities again. Looks like the strongest velocities are right over there around Old Hickory Dam, right around the Cumberland River in that bend there, right around Old Hickory, and right around what I call, now I got in trouble for this the other day, so I used to call this the DuPont plant, all right? I've lived in Nashville for 40 years, and we always just called that the DuPont plant up there around Old Hickory, but I don't think that's what it is anymore. So the big industrial plant along the Cumberland River near Old Hickory Dam, I don't know what else to call it. So right there is where the strongest winds look to be, but again, they don't look quite as impressive as they did earlier. All right, let's kind of do a wide view here. We got about 4 minutes left on this polygon. Let's all right. See, Jason, this was part of the thing. We actually had this discussion a little bit too. So the romance was like a secondary story in Twisters. Like it wasn't like the main thing. It was still weather. So that was still the main thing. So yeah, I get this. They didn't kiss, but I like that it wasn't like the only thing that you had to follow in this weather movie. So anyway, I could say more about that, but I'm not going to. Yeah, you people that saw it in like 4D and had water sprayed on you and stuff, that appeals to me none. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I really did not want to do that, and I didn't. I just went to the Thoroughbred in Cool Springs. All right, Chase says it's still known as the DuPont plant. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know. Somebody that lives up there said it's not really the best landmark anymore. It's kind of lost its whatever. And okay, I don't know. I've just when you live around here for so long, you just kind of call it what it's always been called. So I don't know if it's the DuPont plant anymore or not. Kieran says oh no, I'm sorry, that wasn't Kieran. That was Shannon said starting to quiet down in Madison, but still raining, but far less windy. So the wind has died down in Madison. That's good. So it looks like the wind's kind of on the front end of this complex. And in fact, that's kind of what we see here. It looks like the strongest wind there is right around Old Hickory. And if we turn the radar off, you can see there's Old Hickory Lake. Here's Old Hickory Dam. That's where Mansker Creek, I think, right in there comes into Cumberland River, or maybe that's Dry Creek. I can't remember. Anyway, so that's right where the strongest. It's right in that bend in the river below Old Hickory Dam. And so winds look to be still right around 40 miles per hour. Still pretty windy. But it does look like the winds have calmed down in Madison. So that's good. Hannah's asking about the tornado threat. Nope, not really a tornado threat with this. This is classic straight line wind. So, nah, not worried about tornadoes with this. All right, less than a minute left on our warning polygon, so we'll give it good riddance, get back to whatever we were doing before, and enjoy the rain. Like I tweeted earlier, some of my earliest weather memories have been watching these light shows from storms that come in or that don't come in. Sometimes you just see that lightning off in the distance for hours on these summer nights, and those are some of my earliest memories as a kid around here. And so really enjoyed that tonight. That was a good treat, and maybe we get some rain out of it too, hopefully. So we had let's see, look at my weather station. We had 0.05 of an inch this morning here at my house. Not quite enough. So hopefully we get some more. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and there it goes. All right, we're warning free, guys. Hope you all have a good night. We'll still be over here covering this on Twitter. We'll have to see what this does. It doesn't look nearly as organized as it did, an hour ago up in Kentucky. So we'll just have to see. It looks like basically scattered showers, thunderstorms here, kind of garden variety showers, thunderstorms here on this summer night. So big, juicy air mass outside, and it's just these storms are kind of taking advantage of that, dropping some rain, some thunder and lightning, and that's probably about it.